am your only future! And my path, your only path!
I'm Charlotte Brändström. I'm the director of the episode that we're watching.
I'm Alex Disenhof, and I'm the director of photography. And this is season 2, episode 1 of The Lord of the Rings of Power.
So this is the opening of our season, and it's a flashback, thousands of years back, and Sauron has a different shape and a different look. He's not being played by Charlie Vickers here. He's being played by Jack Lowden, and he's been sent into this trap by Adar, who has this magical crown that he is gonna try to kill Sauron with. Alex has set up the mood for this scene, and it was very important to us that there were no colors. I mean, it should feel almost black and white and dark and moody.
This is the first time this crown's introduced in the series. We wanted the viewers to think that this was kind of, a crowning ceremony for Sauron, Adar putting the crown on his head, but what you'll see here is that he actually flips it around and he uses it to stab Sauron.
And he just can't believe he was betrayed by Adar. He's one of his closest lieutenants. So he's just looking at him and saying, "You too, really, my brothers," in a way. And he says, like, "Couldn't believe this happened." I always try to come up with fights and stunts that actually make sense and has a perspective, so we understand why it is the way it is. And my directive is always I mean, if I want it to be violent, it has to be motivated. It has to have a perspective and go with the story and the characters. We had a top shot there, and they're all in a circle, and it looks like a ring when they're all circling around him. And that scene actually has a mirror later at the very end of episode 8, when Sauron is killing Adar. We also have a top shot when they're all circling around. This is from Adar's perspective, and we wanted it to be really scary and violent. And it shows also how much Sauron believed these people loved him and they actually really hate him because he's made them suffer so much.
From a lighting perspective, from a color perspective, it's taking this leap from season 1, which was a bit more broad and more colorful, and shifting the tone to reflect that this is now Sauron's story. It's really important for us to make sure that we're not always living in the same tonal world, because we aren't. In Middle-earth is a big place with lots of different cultures, and each one has a very distinct way of living. For instance, the elves are these, very classically beautiful, immortal beings, and they spend a lot of their time focused on beauty and how to make the world around them more beautiful, using color and light to represent them, and then contrasting that with the lack of light and the lack of color of our, more nefarious forces is something that we really, lean into. One thing I liked about this particular shot here is that as an audience member, you get to see Adar's reaction first. This fear in his eyes, not sure if what he's done has worked, and then the camera comes back and really reveals what Sauron is now, which I think is a nice bit of visual storytelling without using words.
I always try to show the character's reaction first and what he reacts to afterwards, because I think it keeps the audience's attention more.
My children!
This is my favorite shot coming up, right?
Yeah, so this shot here, I think we both were happy with how we found a way to end the scene here, which was, again, transferring perspective from Adar back to Sauron, although we don't really understand that it's Sauron yet. And we sink down through the floor. They could cut out a section of it so the camera could actually sink right through the floor. And I just like how it transfers the story visually.
Yeah.
It's not just a simple edit. You're actually following the journey of this blood, but what we also know is part of Sauron's essence.
And he's going to be then reincarnated.